Hello friends, my name is Radha Masood. Today we'll discuss about a topic change request. Friend, this is a topic related to project management and we will see this topic in detail with reference to PMBOK Project Management Body of Knowledge or PMI. Friend, if you are a student and studying project management in university or you are planning to give exam of PMP, so this is a very important topic with respect to exam point of view, and at least 10 to 15 questions will definitely be there in the exam which are directly or indirectly related to the topic change request. Secondly friend, if you are already working as a project manager in any organization, so as a project manager you must have to be able to deal with the change request. So in the practical and professional life of project manager, the change request is a very common thing and very important thing as well. So friend, let's start. First of all, I would request to please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell option as well so that my new videos can reach to you. So let's start. Change request. Friend, change request is a topic which we have taken from the PMBOK Project Management Body of Knowledge. It's a very necessary topic to understand with respect to project management. Now, see friend, here if you see there are two terms, change request. Change request means that a customer or internal team needs some change, but in which they need a change. See friend, here whenever we are initiating a project, customer says that he want something. For example, they want to implement the e-commerce solution, so they says that they have major requirement that they can the customer can see the catalog of products, they can make a wish list, and also they can do the payment through credit card. Okay, so this is the main three requirements which they want from the vendor to build. Now just try to understand from here the concept of change request. This was the main scope which was signed by the vendor by the customer. They signed that only these three requirements are the scope of work. Okay, after some time when the project starts executing, the project manager from the customer side came to you and he said that he want that that customers can do payment through the debit card as well. Initially they were, as per the signed scope of work, the functionality was required only for the credit card. Okay, now they are saying that the customer can do the payment through debit card as well. Now friend, as a project manager, when you review the scope of work of functional specification document, there was no such requirement was raised earlier, and it was never mentioned earlier that the customer want the payment through the debit card as well. So now friend, as per the project management methodology, as per the project management, this is a change request or a short form a CR which you can raise to the customer. You have to evaluate the effort which is required to build that functionality. Effort means effort in terms of man days effort to do the required changes of functionality, and also the cost required. Okay, so you have to calculate all those things. You also have to analyze the impact on other factors as well, like for example, if you are making that change, is there any other functionality is also impacting or not. So you have to analyze all those factors, and after analyzing all those factors you will submit a CR or change request form to customer. Once the customer sign off the change request, it will become a part of a scope of work, and your project management plans, your project schedules and cost estimates will also be revised. So friend, this is a concept of change request. Now coming towards our main question again. So what is the change request here? Friend, change request means that if there is any change coming in the scope document, signed scope of work, so we will say that it's a change request. Okay, change request means that customer says that he need that particular change in the scope of work. And once, remember friend, one thing, that once the customer sign off the change request, it will become a part of your scope of work, and you will revise the project management plans as well after the approval of change request. Now friend, how to manage the change request? What is the procedure to managing the change request? Request any supporting material from customer, like some emails, some documents in which customer says or raised a request that he want that particular change in the application in the software. So you need any supporting material. Also a friend, as a project manager, you should have to be very clear that as per the scope of work and a functional specification document you should have in your hands. So you have to be very clear that as per the requirement which is raised by the customer is a new requirement, and you can say that it's a new requirement as comparing to the agreed signed scope of work or functional specification document. Also friend, remember one thing, that the change request can be inside or outside. Inside or outside means friend, that outside means that it is coming from the customer side. Inside means that it can be from internal team as well. If a change request is not necessary, that cost will also will always be incur. Sometime it happens that change request raised by the network department that they need some changes in the IP addresses, so there is effort required, but there will be no cost incur in that case of change request. You have to check with the team and set the priority. The priority will always be mentioned by the customer. He will mention you, he will realize you, he will communicate the priority of the change request. Approval or rejection of change request is necessary. Whatever the change request you will submit to the customer or internal team, it should have to be approved. If approved, then it will become a part of your scope of work and project management plan. If reject, so obviously there will be no impact on the current procedures. After approving, you have to decide the next course of action, that how you will accommodate. You have to accommodate the change request after approval, and you have to accommodate in the project schedules, scope of work, and if there's any changes required, if there is any additional resources required, so you have to do it accordingly. Here I just want to show you a very simple change request form. It's a form like project name is there, requested by, like, from customer name, change description. Like for example, initially change description means here you have to describe that what is the change required. For example, now customer want that user can do the payment through the debit card, so you have to clearly describe this change here. Change reason here, because customer want that change because it will be beneficial for the users to do the payment through the credit card and debit card as well. So it's a very simple form. And in the next section friend, you have to you have to mention that what will be the impact of that particular change on the scope, budget, timelines, resourcing, communication, other factors are there. So you have to mention all those factors here clearly. Proposed action, after approving that change, what is your action, how you will manage it. The most important factor, cost. You must have to mention the cost here, that to accommodate that change, how much effort is required and how much cost is required. This is the most important factor, which definitely be there in the document, because based on the cost and based on the effort, the senior management will approve the CR or change request. Approved by and date. Approved by, normally this CR, normal change request, is normally approved by the CEO or CIO. Normally they are responsible, they have the authority to approve that change. Why? Because there is a cost involved and they are responsible to approve the change. Remember, it is very necessary that the CR should be approved by the relevant authority. Sometime it happens that CR approved by some other party which is not acceptable for you as a vendor. So whenever they see approved CR you receive, you must have to check that who has approved that CR and it is acceptable for you or not. So friend, thanks a lot for your time, and that's all from my side. I hope you like this video. If you like, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and thanks a lot for your time. Thank you.